Hello everyone! The clip you're about to hear is from one of our exclusive Patreon episodes on a recent horror release, and just like all of our other episodes, it might include major spoilers for said horror release, so don't listen to it if you haven't already seen it. You've officially been warned. And if you'd like to hear the full episode, just head on over to patreon.com/horrorqueers and subscribe today. Without further ado, here is your exclusive Patreon clip.
They managed to finally get these two lovely ladies and then one person we're going to have to talk about. But they finally got the three of them back together after so long and after so much fan outcry, right? I mean, we talked about this, we speculated about this when we covered the film on the main feed. And yeah, it just feels like this is something that people have been wanting for so long. And I'm kind of just glad that it's not a shitty garbage remake or a sequel.
I agree. So everyone, you can go back and listen to our main feed episode on Hocus Pocus. That's there for your listening enjoyment. But I'm a big fan. I grew up with this. But Joe, you did not.
I did not, no. So every time I revisit this property, I'm like, okay, this is a bit of a weird film because it feels so gateway horror for me. So as an adult, I can see that people have a lot of nostalgia for it, and I just don't have it. So I'm always like, yeah, okay, it's fun, I get it, but I don't have the same love and enthusiasm.
Right.
It doesn't mean I don't like it. It's just that I don't have the same level as other people.
So, okay, on that note then, yeah, I mean, overall thoughts on this movie?
So I would definitely recommend this, and particularly if you do like the original, this is a surprisingly solid sequel in my eyes.
I'm in complete agreement. I mean, look, there are plenty of callbacks, although not as many as I expected given the trailer, because most of the callbacks, the most egregious ones, were in the trailer. I don't think it's as good as the first movie. I do think we have some atrocious green screen work here, but overall, yeah, I liked the script to this movie, and I thought all the performers, not just the witches, but everyone else, gave it their all. I had a lot of fun watching this, if it didn't quite reach the highs of the original, and I think a part of that, too, is that we are diluting some of the menace from this movie.
Yeah, even with the opening, right? I mean, the film opens with a flashback that, if nothing else, tries to give you... it doesn't make us sympathize with the Sanderson sisters, but it definitely wants us to understand them better so that we can get a kind of emotional payoff when Winnie ends up inadvertently... what do we even say? Casting them aside accidentally.
Yes. But it's funny because, the visual aesthetic of this film is, it looks cheaper.
Yeah, it's got the flatter kind of newer look that unfortunately we've come to all associate with film shot on digital too.
Yes, but I mean, we don't have child murder in this movie. Mm-hmm. However, I mean, like, we have a scene set in Walgreens where Mary thinks that a face mask is a child's face and begins to eat it. So it's funny, but again, when you think about it, it's like, but she thinks that's a child's face.
Yeah, like the witches have definitely not lost their enthusiasm for wanting to eat the souls of young children, but you're right that the film is doing it in such a way that it almost feels hammy, like in a good way, because it's tone appropriate for this particular film, for this particular franchise now. But I don't know. Yeah, part of me thought, well, there's very little sense of real danger. And that was something that I found missing compared to the first film.
Atlas Avenue. A long stretch of road that encompasses everything the city of Kennett Heights has to offer. Neon lights, traffic, crime, the hustle and bustle of everyday life, and the craziest of characters. My office was above it all. My name is James Locke, and I'm a PI.
Hello, Mr. J. How the hell you doing today?
Good, Edith. Nearly every year I have a new case. New people to meet, new clues to discover, and new problems to solve. But I do it the old-fashioned way. No technology. Nothing post-1950. Hell, I don't even listen to podcasts, but you should. Atlas Avenue Beat is a spoof of the film noir genre with goofy characters, tons of wordplay, and non-stop raunchy humor. There's also 3 whole seasons out right now with more on the way. Just search for Atlas Avenue Beat wherever you listen to podcasts or visit us online at bloody.fm.
Hello, I'm Shelby Scott, the host of Scare You to Sleep, a podcast where I tell you spooky bedtime stories full of creepy sound effects and music that is soothing yet unsettling to help immerse you into a world of horror. This is a show for those of us who have realized horror can be a strange but relaxing escape from reality. Speaking of escapes, sometimes I lead you through guided nightmares, like a guided meditation, but instead of flowery meadows, I take you on a journey through your own personal nightmare. So come get lost in the terror with me. Listen to Scare You to Sleep wherever you listen to podcasts, or find us online at bloody.fm. Sweet screams.